Welcome to another edition of SportsAttic.
We
Got my boy,
back.
got my boy Trey. We back. And it was a very exciting time, man. I woke up Sunday morning. I had to work, so unfortunately, I couldn't catch the first half of that first round of games at 1 p.m. But man, ain't nothing like football being back. I was so excited. Fantasy got your teams ready. Looked at your lineup a billion times, didn't make a change. But you know what we're here for. Bucs, Cowboys. We open up the season at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady, and open up with a 19-3 loss at home. Lots to digest here. We'll get down to it and break it down segment by segment. But Trey, just overall thoughts. What'd you think, bro?
Overall thoughts. I thought last night was embarrassing. It was
Mm.
disgraceful. It was it was trash. It was garbage. It was. I'm trying to think. Disgusting. It made
Okay.
my ass hurt, Ryan. It
Oh,
made my
oh,
ass hurt watching
oh,
the Cowboys yesterday, and it was
okay.
so many issues that came up that I don't know what was the biggest issue. For example, I don't know if I should be mad at Jerry and Steven for the lack of talent that we have on the roster as far as receivers go and depth at receiver, trading Amari Cooper, the offensive line, getting rid of Lyle Collins for availability. Tyron doesn't have a backup. We're in flux there. Um, don't get me started on Dak, right? So I'll save my opinions about how Dak performed for a later segment today. But overall, it was a very disappointing loss. It sucked because we literally waited all summer for this.
Yeah,
We waited all summer.
talked about it.
We talked about it over and over, and
Yeah,
I was optimistic, Ryan. You told me.
that's all.
You said, hey, you tripping. You said, hey, this is gonna be
Yeah,
more of the same. I said, oh nah, man. Schedule's easy. We got an opportunity to go out here and take advantage of a weak schedule and a weak division. And then we played the game.
and then we played the actual game.
Then we played the game. So if I want to give any kind of positive reaction, I know you have a slightly different opinion on this, and I'll let you get to that later. But I think the defense actually played well. I think that the defense
They
only
did.
gave up 19 points,
Yeah.
forcing Tom Brady to kick 4 field goals. I think we got 2 sacks out of the deal and an interception.
Hmm.
So on paper, the defense played well, gave up 19 points. That's a positive. But everything on the offensive side, from Kellen Moore to Mike McCarthy to Dak Prescott to the offensive line to the receiving core to the lack of running, was utterly disappointing.
Absolutely. And you know, I guess I'll be segueing into the front office with my overall thoughts. And we didn't do a preview for the game. We weren't able to get that done. But offline, you and I talked, and you kind of got my sentiments. And you know, I I'm so glad. I'm so glad that Jerry Jones said that quote about 1+1 = 3, and that sums up the way our organization is run and the off season we've had. I'm not mad at that optimism, just in general in life, right? But in terms of this sport and the product you putting on the field, it's showing that thought process of 1+1 = 3. And I go into the game, and I'm like, how on earth can I see in my mind and visualize us successfully moving the ball against Tampa Bay? We had offensive line, in flux. Hey, that happens. Injuries, whatever. Tyler Smith, that left tackle, Connor McGovern back out there. But I'm like, Noah Brown is our second receiver, like in real life.
He was our
Like,
leading receiver last night.
our leading receiver. But yeah, we go into the game with a receiving room with Noah Brown, and it sucks because I don't want to. Hey, man, he's an NFL player. Hey, in a good receiver room, Noah Brown for one, probably isn't on the team, and if he is, it's probably as the fifth guy, and it's not because of the way you run your routes. It's probably because your special teams,
And he's good at blocking.
contribution and blocking, right? So I'm like, Noah Brown is our second receiver. Our third round pick is a healthy scratch.
Healthy
That says a
scratch.
lot.
That's alarming. But we'll get
That says
we'll do-
with a void receiver room. Like you can't get
they,
on the
they
roster.
they chose an undrafted guy over a
Yeah,
third round pick.
Dennis Houston.
So I'm gonna let you
Dennis Houston.
go, but we should get to that right there because
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
something.
yeah. So the offensive line in flux. Our second receiver being Noah. CD transitioning to being the number one guy. Do I have faith in us scheming him open? As number one guy? No. So I went into this again, not being pessimistic or doom and gloom, but I'm like, we're not gonna win this game. And you know, I was not surprised what I saw yesterday. I was not surprised at all. Could barely move the
So you
ball.
expected us to be trash.
I expected us to be trash.
Okay.
And we'll get into it later, but I want us to be now that Dak, the injury, we're gonna get into all that, but I want us to be trash the rest of the way. But yeah, wasn't surprised. There were some bright spots. I really like the way Zeke ran the ball. He looked good. He looked good. He really did. And I think 8 of his, I don't have the stat in front of me, but like 8 out of 10 or 11 of his runs went for like 5 yards plus. And that's wild that last year while he's injured and running on one leg, we was feeding him the ball 20 some odd times a game. And now when he's actually doing well and being productive, he gets 11 carries. So that was interesting. But hey, man, much of the same. Again, I wasn't surprised, but the front office, I'll give you your first shot at it and your thoughts of because I was very frustrated with the front office after this game. I
Well,
was very frustrated with the front office. So I'll let you get the first shot
no, I
at
think
your
you should
thought.
go first because
Okay.
I don't have. I think you should go
Okay.
first.
So this front office, and I was so disappointed. I started hearing some quotes. I don't have them again, so, verbatim, but it was a lot of finger pointing from the top down. Man, anytime in the role of leadership, man, when something doesn't go right, or when things do go right, right, you get the accolades, right, and then Jerry would be the front row in front of everybody. If we were to win the Super Bowl, you're gonna see Jerry face all over the place. So for them to start pointing their fingers, right? Stephen Jones comments about CD Lamb and X, Y, and Z. Wow, that is so weak to me as a leader.
He's
Just
a
just a
weak
leader.
man.
Yeah, it
He
just as a
inherited he
leader,
inherited a $1 billion organization and he walks around like he created it.
that is you built that. Like what just went out there on that field and did that? You built that and you pointing fingers at everybody else except yourself. So you went out there thinking with, CD Lamb, Noah Brown, Jalen Tolbert, Dennis Houston, etc., Simi Fehoko, that was cool, right? Because you signed a veteran in James Washington in the offseason. He went down. Was that the first day of camp?
Like
Like
the
you had some time. It
first
had to be the first week.
first week, yeah, for sure.
It was some time. So he went down, right? You got Michael Gallup. Again, I'm not trying to poo-poo on Michael Gallup, but like it's not like he's like uh moves the needle. You know what I'm saying? If Michael Gallup comes back, yes, he's better than Noah Brown, definitely, right? But he's not like a dude, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna really put us up there and put us over the top of one of these other good teams. So Michael Gallup's hurt. James Washington goes down early, and you stand pat and you say we good to go with what we got. And then you turn around and have the audacity to be like surprised or mad at the product of what they did out there. So just the lack of accountability is so disappointing. It's so disappointing. I thought that was so weak to go out there and start pointing fingers. When you built this, you know what I'm saying, and you had I guess it's arrogance, to be like, oh, we gonna give the young guys that we got an opportunity. Like what guys, bro? You know what I'm saying? Noah, again, I'm not trying to shit on him, but right, we know what Noah is. We know what Noah is, and sure he might be able to run routes a little better. Look better in the off season. Great, but you knew he wasn't gonna be able to go out there and make our receiver room complete. We was going in there shorthanded, and you walked in there shorthanded, and it was surprised when it didn't go well.
Mm-hmm.
So the front office, man, so disappointing. You let Amari Cooper, and Lyle Collins walk out the door this offseason. Good players, and they weren't on some outrageous contracts.
They're
They
both
were
starters for their current respective teams.
both starters, and they were being paid as good players. Nothing like a crazy contract or anything like that. You let them walk out the door for who knows what reason. Only those guys in those particular rooms are gonna know the actual reason of why you let them go. But then you didn't have a plan after when you let them walk out. So if you let Amari Cooper walk out the door, you trade him, and then you go doing like what the Eagles did, and you trade for AJ Brown, you wouldn't hear me say Amari Cooper's name now one more time.
Right.
I'll be like, yo, they was pissed he didn't get the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Then when it got AJ Brown, but you let Amari go out and didn't bring in anybody. You brought in James White. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Lyle Collins, you let him go. Terrence Steele might have had 10 penalties on one drive yesterday. You
He
know,
literally had a hat trick. Something I've
he
never
literally
seen
had a
before.
hat trick.
Something I've never seen in my entire life of watching football. A guy get 3 penalties on one single possession.
Like, just completely ruined the drive. Just punt the ball. Just punt the ball. It's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over. It is really. I don't even know them. I don't know. Like, that's gonna get somebody hurt. You backed up 3rd and 37. Everybody know we got to throw the ball, and they pin their ears back. Like, come on, man. And so the front office, the arrogance, and that a lack of accountability was really, really frustrating to see and hear today. Like, y'all storming off to the locker room like y'all mad. Like, you did that. You did
Yeah.
that. So
You,
be mad at yourself.
you
Be
made
mad
that
at
bed,
yourself.
now lay in it.
Now lay in it. And yeah, so man, again, much of the same. 1+1 = 3. That's gonna be my motto for the year for
Yeah.
sure. One
Yeah.
plus one equals three, and that's what you saw yesterday.
Now, Ryan, um, we've been Cowboy fans as long as we've known each other. And I think that you would agree that I'm more optimistic on Jerry Jones as most people are. Uh, I respect his business acumen.
So do
Um, I I love some of his quotes. Um, he famously made a quote, Ryan, where he said, "I don't let my money get mad." And
I.
he let his money get mad this offseason. He let his money get mad at Lyle Collins for not being available last year, and then taking what he get suspended for, like PEDs or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So your money got mad at Lyle Collins for
I
not
think my
handling
boy
his
was on
business
that
in the
on that
offseason.
on that syrup. My bad.
Yeah, whatever he was on. Your money got mad at him for that, right?
Mhm.
Then Amari Cooper, right? He got COVID. He went to the Mavericks game, didn't have a mask on. Everybody was angry at him. He had to miss 2 games. It sucked because we were on a short week. It was a Sunday, and then we had a Thursday game following that. He got
Yep.
COVID. It was a 10-day
Yep.
thing, so he had to
Yep.
miss 2 games, even though he only got sick for 1 week. That probably upset Jerry Jones as well. He let his money get mad there. And then when we go over to Randy Gregory this offseason, we had a done deal with Randy
Yep.
Gregory, bringing him back. The Cowboys switched the language up, and I don't know if they switched the language up. I don't want to misrepresent exactly what happened, but the language wasn't the same as what Randy Gregory expected it to be. He got angry. Jerry Jones got mad, said F both him and his agent. That's
Yep.
letting your money get mad.
Yeah.
So, with that said, we go through the offseason losing 3 starters, 3 cornerstone players on our team. But the thing is, we don't replace them with anybody, right?
No
Okay.
plan.
Now I'll give you, we drafted Sam Williams in the 2nd round. And I think he'll be a good player to kind of supplement
I like Sam.
what Randy Gregory had. But as far as receiver goes, in the right tackle, the offensive line, and the receiving core, they didn't do anything to address those things. So
Mhm.
literally, last night was a microcosm of something that they created.
That's a
Right
fact.
now, I am sick and tired of hearing Stephen Jones get on the radio and say stuff like, now, before I say this, I don't think CeeDee Lamb played well at all last night.
Sure.
He had 11 targets. He had 2 receptions. I forgot how many yards he had, but it was about 20, maybe even, was it even 20 yards? But
I'm not sure. I don't have his stats
I don't have the
with
stats,
me,
but
but
I know he had 11 targets, and I know he
yeah.
only caught 2 balls. I know that for a fact.
It was definitely probably 20. I know he had a first down catch for sure because he did his little and so it's probably hovering right around 20 yards.
Man, go to the hood, man. Bro, you can't get open. I ain't gonna go on him. We'll do him later. But let's go back to Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones. So for you, spoon-fed, silver spoon-fed, never worked a day in your life, everything handed to you. Now you act like you somebody's boss, and you make these big decisions, and you want to go on the radio, and you want to tell the people on the radio, hey, I didn't expect to lose like that, man. Maybe it was a lack of preparation. That's what he said. Okay. So what does that mean? Did you say point the finger? My mom always told me when you point the finger at somebody, you got 3 fingers pointing back at you, my boy. You got 3 fingers pointing back at you. Now, maybe it was a lack of preparation. I'm not here to defend Mike McCarthy. That was garbage last night when we watched. That was a failure from top to bottom, right?
Absolutely.
But for you to sit here and say maybe it's a lack of preparation, you take all the blame off of yourself and you put it on Mike McCarthy for not having the team ready. When you didn't have the team ready. You took
didn't have the organization ready.
pick.
Yeah.
You took a 3rd round pick and you decided to make him inactive so you can make an undrafted rookie active.
Yeah.
You decided not to sign Amari Cooper. That was your decision.
Yeah.
That's a lack of preparation. You got rid of one of the best right tackles in La'el Collins in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And you replaced him with Terrence Steele, who he was already better than that last year.
Cook. Go ahead, Cook.
Bro, left tackle. Tyron Smith has been hurt for the last 5 consecutive years.
Yeah. Easily.
And we have not invested not one draft pick toward his replacement.
Well, I think Tyler was invested.
No, that's BS, Ryan. Tyler Smith. Yes, we drafted him because we needed help on the line, but I don't believe that they drafted him to be the left tackle. I don't believe that. Nobody was saying we're going to work him at left tackle. They didn't even practice him at left tackle. None through the offseason.
Well, just devil's advocate. I do think they drafted him for long-term left tackle. They said they were going to put him at guard as long as Tyron was healthy in there. And then when they moved on from Tyron, they were going to throw him out the left
tackle. If that's the case, that means you weren't prepared for the short term. You weren't prepared for if he got hurt.
Yeah, we don't have a swing tackle.
Right now. That's my point. Yeah. So regardless, you weren't prepared. That's a lack of preparation. Mm-hmm. Right? Then Stephen Jones says, oh, well, we believe that CeeDee Lamb can be a number 1, but he hasn't become that yet. Okay, let's rewind.
Yeah.
Let's rewind. You in the front office, y'all don't feel that that CeeDee Lamb is a number 1 receiver, yet you have a number 1 receiver on your roster in Amari Cooper, and you decide to ship him off because your money got mad, right? And now we stuck with a guy that the front office don't even believe is a number 1. And you're shocked at the results. This is piss poor. This is piss poor, bro. They should be embarrassed. Stephen Jones shouldn't even be able to talk on the radio about anything. Has he ever even played football?
I'm not sure.
Has he ever his dad played football? You're a spoon-fed dude who get to play Madden in real life, and all of a sudden you want to be frugal. See, you want to be Jerry Jones, but you don't have the charisma that Jerry has. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I'd rather have Jerry, the young Jerry that's gonna bring in stars. You know, my boy Byron always say the Cowboys built without no substance. You know, they always flashy, receivers, quarterbacks, running backs, and we don't have no meat and potatoes, right?
Yeah.
Man, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to the city, and it's exactly what the Joneses get because they only care about money. Stephen Jones
Yeah.
want to be all frugal. He don't even pay stars. We just want to draft players. But then you ain't drafting nobody if the person that you drafted in the third round ain't even good enough to make the first game. He ain't
Hey,
make the
you.
first game. So that means the
Hey,
draft wasn't good. So you failed to prepare. You know what I'm saying? I
I
just I
agree.
just can't stand how he can sit on this high horse and he ain't built nothing from nothing. You know what I'm saying? He just get the chance to talk. Man, matter of fact, where's Charlotte at? Where's Charlotte Jones at? Bring her in. Let her make decisions. I'd rather put my trust in Charlotte Jones than
Jenny Bus.
man, get out of here, man. The Cowboys are trash this year. We're gonna be trash the rest of the season. Even if that comes back. Did you watch him when he was out there?
I did. We're gonna get to that. I don't want you to go too far into that. But you
Jerry
preaching.
Jones, Stephen Jones, get rid of the team.
You preaching.
If Jerry
You
gonna retire,
preaching.
if Jerry finna step down, Stephen get rid of him. Go.
Yeah.
Get your 8 billion. Get your 8 billion cash out, my boy. Cash
Yeah.
out. Go ahead. Go get on your $270 million yacht and cruise to Italy or something. Because being here in Dallas, you ain't helping nothing. Every year it's the same story. Oh, well, we think we can get better and we think this, and it's only so much of the pie. But then you tell me, then Jerry Jones want to come out and say, well, we paid Dak, so we don't have a receiver. We got $20 million in cap space right now, Ryan.
Yeah.
$20
Right
million
now.
in cap space. Even if you want to bring up Zeke, he's overpaid. He makes $90 million. Bro, we got $20 million in access money with Zeke and his $90 million contract on the roster, bro. That's not stopping us from building our team. The only thing that's stopping us from building our team is the incompetent people up top. That's the only thing that's stopping us. The same people who kept Jason Garrett here for 10 years, Jason Garrett go be offensive coordinator for 1 year for a poor franchise in the New York Giants, and they done with him.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. That in Dallas, they ain't doing it right. They living on the reputation of the star off of Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Deion Sanders, and Emmitt Smith, Jay Novacek, Leon Lett, Nate Newton, Larry Allen. They still living off them. This hat right here was 30 years ago. 30 years ago. We ain't done nothing since. Matter of fact, we haven't even used draft capital to go get a good quarterback. We got lucky with Romo. He's undrafted. We got lucky with Dak. He's a fourth rounder. He wasn't supposed to play. He was backing up Kellen Moore. Romo went down with his back injury. Kellen Moore was already hurt. It gave Dak more chance to play, and then you just couldn't take it from him because he was playing well.
And the one pick they tried to use high was a quarterback that sucked. They tried to use the first round on Paxton Lynch. You remember that?
Thank God that didn't happen.
Thank God. Yeah.
Man,
Well,
I'm
you
tired of it.
definitely. I feel you. Hey, man, you preaching, bro. I wish I had a
My bad. I ain't
tambourine.
mean to go off on this tangent, but it's been
Hey,
bubbling up
man,
in
do
me
your thing.
all night.
I wish I had a tambourine. Boy, we going to church. You were shining.
Man, what's the next
But
topic, man? Because I'm starting to sweat up here, bro.
hey, man, we can break it down. Talk about the offense, man. Again, everything that you said, I don't even see how I could go a different way, honestly. About the front office, like it was kind of predictable, and I think just optimism as a fan, you know what I'm saying? You want to see your team do well. So I was just I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And then when I'm watching, I'm like, no, this is about right. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that optimism just of being a supporter and getting hyped up, you can talk yourself into like maybe, we can do this, maybe we can do that. But offensively, I'll say the things that stuck out to me. Actually, obviously Dak got hurt, but the offensive line in general, I didn't think they did a terrible job, man. That's a talented front over there in Tampa Bay. With Shaquille Barrett, Vita Vea always going to be a lot to handle. Under the radar pickup addition that they had over the offseason with Akeem Hicks from Chicago. So I didn't think they did bad. Zeke ran the ball well. Dak couldn't, with receivers not being open, whatever you want to chalk it up to, I think they gave him enough time for typical NFL play, right? If someone was open, like he had enough time to deliver the ball. Now, when you back there patting it because ain't nobody open, then we talking about something else. You know what I mean? So I was actually pretty pleased with the offensive line. Again, we already kind of talked about with Zeke. I thought he ran the ball well. He's running hard. He looks fresh. Um,
Falling
and so
forward.
yeah, he was every time. And again, I wish I had that stat in front of me. It was like 8 of his 11 carries over 5 yards. It sounds like he needs the ball to run the ball more. And what's so baffling is like throwing the ball wasn't working. So why on earth would you be going away from Zeke?
In
And
a
I can see
game,
if Dak was dicing them up, slicing them up, and start getting pass happy, but it wasn't working at all. So why would you go away from Zeke, who's averaging 5 yards a carry, uh, and we're not having success through the air? And so that was baffling. Obviously Dak didn't play well at all. Who knows? Again, at some point there is a thing of just like talent being a thing. Like you do need the better teams in the league, the teams that's really contending, they got guys. Like that's a fact. Like talent around. But again, there were some throws I know he wish he could have back. I know the one sticks out of my mind. The one we kind of scrambled, and Noah Brown was like wide open, and he just threw it behind him.
2 yards behind him.
Um, yeah, that type of stuff. I'm like, man, that's just not. You got to make those plays. You know what I mean? And CD, his struggles again. I don't know at this point with this organization. I'm starting to always give players a little bit of the benefit of the doubt because I don't know what's the case. Like, is he? Obviously, maybe he just needs to develop and get better. But I don't trust that we scheming people up to put them in the best position to succeed. I
Fact,
don't know. You know what I'm
fact,
saying? Just
fact.
because our organization is so, the front office and the coaching staff are just so, wishy-washy. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised right now. We saw the way CD looked yesterday. You think if CD was on the other in red yesterday with Tom Brady on that team, you would you be surprised if he was getting schemed open and running wild and showing off and showing the talent that he has? Would you be
Absolutely
surprised?
not. I would not be shocked. CD is a
You
good
would
player.
not be surprised. And that
CD's a
says a
good
lot.
player.
He is a good player. And if he was on the other team, you know what I'm saying? I think he's utilized a lot better. So I don't know. I just give him the benefit of the doubt just because I don't believe in our coaching staff and our front office, top down. So, it was a few positives. Tyler Smith. I don't want to, for him to get thrust in the situation he was in again. I know injuries happen, but he was not put in a position to succeed by this organization. And for them to have him at left guard, the entire camp, which I get it. Hey man, that's where he was gonna play with Tyron Smith. Maybe they gave him some reps at left tackle, but that was a tough position to be thrown in. And for him to play the way he did, that was encouraging, man. Like of course Shaquille made his plays, some pressures here and there, but for him to not just completely wreck the game, Shaquille Barrett is a very good pass rusher. For him to not to just completely wreck the game, says a lot. Like Tyler Smith, I didn't really hear his name. I think he got like until he had like a false start. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this was like the third drive, and I'm like,
Well,
that's a good sign.
he did have that one play where he literally just forgot to block the dude that was lined up in front of
He
him.
had a miscue, and that is a byproduct of not a rookie first of all, and just not having a lot of time in position, and it happens, and that's the lumps you're gonna take with that. But just in general, you know what I'm saying, lining up, blocking that pass rusher, he did a good job,
Yeah,
and so
no,
that was really
I
encouraging
like Tyler Smith.
going forward.
I like Tyler Smith. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
that was that was encouraging.
I was higher on him in the draft than you were because you feel like he was the most penalized guy in college, and you were like, why
I
would
was
we draft somebody with our offensive line coach? And I was just like,
exactly.
he's mauling dudes, bro. So I'm cool with
Yeah.
that. you
Yeah,
know,
obviously first round pick, like obviously your skill set is there and you're an impressive, player. I was just worried that again, our coaches, we were the most penalized last year and we gonna coach up the most penalized college player, you know what I'm saying, in the draft. It didn't sound like a good marriage and hopefully he continues to, keep the penalties down and prove me wrong, man. Um, so I know you want to get into CD in the offense, man. What'd you think about the offensive side of the ball?
my man, the first thing that jumps out of my mind is let's talk about Zeke, right? Because I've always
Okay,
been a big Zeke supporter. Um,
sure.
Yesterday I was in my Zeke jersey. I
Yeah,
love Zeke. Feed him. That's how I
yeah,
look at it. Um,
yeah,
he ran well.
He did.
Pollard did okay in transition. He had a couple good runs. But to your point, I don't understand. Now I've moved on from Jerry and those guys, right?
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the offense. Now, you alluded to it. Dak's not being successful moving the ball, but the run is working.
Right.
Zeke, by yards per carry average, he did just as well as Leonard Fournette did last night, except Leonard Fournette got another 10, 12 carries, ended up with
Yep.
100 yards and dominating the game, which is a move that I think that the Cowboys should have done because our defense was doing a good job with Brady, just like their defense
Yep.
was doing a good job with Dak and our receivers. So we should have turned that game last night into a running game. We should have seen if they can hold up against us. We just talked about Tyler Smith. New left tackle. What we do know he's good at doing is running, going forward, pushing down. We
Absolutely.
should have done that
Yeah.
more. I don't understand. I think at halftime, it was like 9-3 at halftime. So that it wasn't like the game was out of reach to where you were forced to abandon the run and go to the pass. The
Right.
defense kept us in
Which
the
wasn't
game.
working.
Yeah, the defense, they threw a screen pass last night, Ryan.
Mhm.
A wide receiver out route, like where they just rose up and hit CD or tried to. And the
Yeah.
ball hit the blocker's helmet, bro.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
that?
It was Schultz. Yeah.
What
Schultz.
is that, bro? Do we not
Yeah.
practice? Do we not
Yeah.
practice? Like, everybody wants Killer Moore to be more creative, right?
No. Oh, yes, 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 yes.
We want to be
But the
more
word
creative.
creative
So what does
seems to
he do?
be yeah.
What does he do? He comes out and says, "You know what? We're going to run a triple reverse
A triple
flea
reverse.
flicker. We're going to do a triple reverse flea flicker.
Yeah.
He didn't fool nobody. CeeDee Lamb got the ball. He literally pats it over to Dak. Dak, like, what the? That was the worst play I've seen. And it reminds me of the hook and lateral play that he ran last year. I think it was against Washington. Right? Remember the hook and lateral? And you got mad because it was to Amari Cooper. And then he had just tried for the ball.
Yeah. He was supposed to catch that one though. That was pretty. But yeah,
these
I
things
yes,
are
yes.
stupid, dude.
Get
When we
them
talk about
trickery plays out of it.
creativity, we're not talking about trick plays. We're talking about
Yeah.
route concepts to get players open. We're talking about
Absolutely.
schemes that put the defense in a conundrum and makes the defense have to choose either I guard that guy or that guy, and whichever one you go
That's a
guard,
fact.
we go the other guy. That's what we're talking about. We talk about creativity, not
Trickery.
they're gonna mess around and run a center sneak next week. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna do a center sneak. Like, come on, dog. This is. Let's talk about CD. It's so much.
Yeah.
I'm just so much went wrong yesterday, Ryan. I know I'm all around the place. Do you remember CD Lamb pushed the guy open? He can't even get open. Can't even run around chicken winging the dude up, getting open and looking like, what do I do? Come on, dog.
Yeah, the pessimist, yeah.
All of this was just utterly disappointing. The run game was working. The pass game wasn't. We went away from the run. We committed to the pass. It continued to be trash. Dak had 6. He was 6 for 16 at halftime with 53 yards. He was 47% completion percentage.
Yeah.
Dak skipped the ball to receivers. He threw the ball behind receivers. He overthrew receivers. He had Noah Brown on a comeback route. He threw the ball 3 yards over the guy's head. I thought he was throwing it to somebody in the stands, dude. This whole performance, bro, like, I'm sorry, man. I'm just so down on the Cowboys because I put too much time, energy, and effort into keeping up with what's going on, what they doing. And I ain't tripping if they lose, man. You lose, man. And when we did the prediction, the record prediction, I predicted us to lose originally to the Buccaneers when I looked at the schedule. So I'm not mad that we lost the game. It's how we lost the game. We didn't look good at all. Kellen Moore should not be an offensive coordinator. He's only there because he's Jerry's friend or Jason Garrett's friend or whatever. However,
we built on relationships.
He's tied into it. Yeah, however he's tied into the brotherhood of them. He has a job for no reason. He's nothing like the dude Sean McVay. He's nothing like the dude that just went to the Miami Dolphins. He's nothing like the dude
McDaniels.
He's nothing like the dude that just went up to Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah,
Did you
that's
see
what
the
I'm
dude in
thinking of.
Minnesota?
These
Yeah.
younger coaches, he's nothing like them. He comes from Boise State, and Boise State is known for doing what? They're like Statue of Liberty play.
Yeah.
You
Trick
remember?
plays.
That's the type of stuff that he know. Man, get rid of that dude. He's a bum. He's a bum. And now, to my main issue last night, Dakota Rain Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Pooh Cheese Dak. Dak is trash. And I held
He's
back on
trash.
he's trash. He's trash. He's trash.
Oh
He's trash.
man.
He's trash. He's trash. He's trash. You know what? They booed him last night, Ryan. They booed him. When he hurt
Sure,
his
he
head,
didn't play.
they booed him. Did you see the person?
He's not trash.
Did you see the person throw the trash at him?
I didn't see it. But
You didn't
Dak's
see
not
that?
trash.
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't.
He was walking
I
off the
heard
field.
about it. I heard about it.
He was walking out the field. They was booing him as the whole stadium was boo. Then somebody said, "You know what? I got this trash. Let me put it in the trash can." And they threw it at him. Bro, he is trash. I don't care no more. I'm not defending Dak Prescott. I don't care that he threw for 37 touchdowns and 10 interceptions last year. I alluded to already, we had the weakest schedule. We had the weakest division. Matter of fact, our division is nicknamed NFC Least. And everybody that's a Dak supporter likes to tell you that, oh, he has this great record against the NFC. He dominates the NFC East. Well, guess what? In the playoffs, we don't play the NFC East. In the playoffs, you got to play the NFC West. And them dudes out there playing some real good football. You know what I'm saying? This is trash, bro. This organization is trash from top to bottom. And they paid Dak all this money and he literally been hurt 3 straight years. 3 straight years. This is going to be the 3rd straight year that he's missed a game, but we gave him $40 million. Now, I'm not mad that we paid him, Ryan, because I don't want to be that guy. I never get mad at a dude for getting his money. I believe we should have paid him sooner before it was a $40 million contract, and then we could have get up off of it like Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. Those teams have already moved on from them dudes, and we still stuck with $40 million for a dude that ain't got a thumb or ankle or calf muscle.
So I don't think Dak is a elevator of talent. I'll give that. Like there are certain quarterbacks who are at a certain level where I think they can have a kind of just like not the greatest crew of receivers and they can still get something out of it. I don't think he's gonna make someone better. So he needs guys. He needs guys, and then he'll play, pretty well if he's got a talented crew. But if you got like just some, kind of mid-market names with him, I don't think Dax is gonna elevate that, that crew. But I don't think he's trash. But he didn't play well. Now, something that you can talk about is he's starting to kind of get that injury bug. I know injuries are part of the game. He's starting to get kind of that injury stigma. It's like going on the 3rd year in a row of significant time missed due to injury. So again, hey, you kind of got to start thinking about this, especially with us about to be trash this year. And if you have a top high pick, hey, do you go quarterback? You know what I mean? Like that can starting to pile up the injuries with the the ankle and now it's the hand and this is the 3rd year in a row. So again, that's a conversation to be had moving forward about the quarterback position.
Yeah, no, I think he's trash. I'm not going to get off of it because I need to see him do well against a good team. Have you ever seen him play well against a good team? Like a good team? Who? The Patriots last year? The Patriots?
Yeah.
That was a good team?
I mean, any Bill Belichick defense is pretty good.
Well, Bill Belichick just got beat 20-7 this weekend, so okay.
I mean, he's not, unbeatable, but I
Yeah,
think
I
that was
know
a
he's
good
not
team.
unbeatable, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think that the Patriots was like world beaters last year. Beating the Patriots wasn't like we just beat the Bills, in my opinion. So, like, again, I'm not high on that.
Played well against the Bucs last year too.
The Bucs. Did we win?
Last year.
Did we win?
No, we didn't. You asked if he played well against a good team. That wasn't the question about winning or losing. You asked if he played well against a good team.
Who cares?
But you asked, did he play well against a good team?
Who cares if you?
But that's not what you said. You're moving the goalposts.
No, but who cares if you drop 50 in a loss?
Hey, I'm just. But you can't say he didn't play well though. If Luka dropped 50 in a loss, you can't say Luka didn't play well against a good team.
Okay, you're right, Ryan. He played well 52 weeks ago.
I'm just saying, you asked a question. I'm not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you. I know what Dak is and what he not. I don't think he in that group of elite, elite quarterbacks. But at the same time, he not set up for success either with the talent around him. He got damn near you at third receiver to throw the ball to.
I don't
You
know,
know what I'm
bro.
saying?
I don't know, bro. I probably got open last night.
See, yeah,
I'd
I
have
don't know.
probably
You
hit
ain't
him with
never
a
been you ain't never been the quickest
boy.
quickest of feet.
I start hitting you with the
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
sleep on me, man. Call me, Jerry.
Again, I don't think he's even set up for success this year with the team and the talent around him. Again, I know, he didn't play well and he missed some throws and all that, and that's all true. And I think he'll, be the first to admit it. And at least I like that as a leader of the team. He got accountability. He'll be like, shit, I ain't play well. I play like garbage. He'll say that. You know what I'm saying? But I do think if there was more talent around him, he would put on a better performance. But he obviously didn't play well, but it doesn't matter now. Going, that's kind of a segue into the injury, the hand injury, 6 to 8 weeks
Yeah, he looking
potentially
at a
out.
return. Looking at a return. I think October 30th.
So Dak out 6 to 8 weeks. And I told you offline, and I'm sure, as an owner, he's gonna go and try to find a veteran, somebody to help us out, keep us afloat till Dak gets back. But when Dak gets back, what's gonna happen? Is he gonna come save the day? Uh, didn't look like it yesterday, but again, I'd rather just keep Cooper Rush out there. Let's be if we're gonna be trash. What I don't want to be is like middle of the road trash. I don't want to go into the draft and have the number 16 pick, number 15 pick when we could have the number 3 pick, number 2 pick. You know what I mean? Because for as upset and disappointed as we were watching that game yesterday, we do know we have spots of talent on the team. You know what I mean? It's not a terrible roster. There definitely holes and definitely things that need to be added to make this roster
Where do you
competitive
think
with
we're strong at? I'm gonna cut y'all, but you said it's not a weak
certain
roster.
certain
Where
spots.
do you
Like I
think
think,
the offensive line is a point of strength, a position of strength,
no, I
or
think
maybe
we
receiver,
got some
or
no
maybe
something
receiver,
like front
or,
seven,
or maybe like quarterback,
front seven,
or maybe like running back. That everybody say we got an old overpaid running back who was sorry he shouldn't have been on the team this year. Is that the talent you
front
talking
seven. I
about?
keep saying front seven.
Oh, you
You
talking about
know
the defensive
you
line?
know
You talking about the defensive line?
like Micah,
You talking
Micah.
about a person. You're literally talking about a person.
I like Micah. If you want me
We
to
got
go down the people that I like
how many sacks we have last
in
night
the
in that
front
front
seven,
seven?
I can. I like Micah. I like Sam Williams, who's gonna continue to develop. That's what I'm saying. I want to add a top draft to those guys.
No, so
To
I'm not.
those guys.
I don't disagree with you at all. All I'm saying is you said that this is not like a weak, talented roster, and I'm asking you who when
No,
you
no, no.
talk
I didn't
about
say that.
you
I
just
said
said
we
that
have spots. I said we have spots of talent that I'd like to add.
we got Micah.
We have more than that. We got Trayvon's good.
I like Trayvon.
Yeah, Trayvon's good.
I like Curse,
Curse got hurt.
but I
I
like
like
him.
Hooker. I like Malik Hooker.
I like okay, but I, all in all,
I like Osa. I like Neville Gallimore.
I like all them dudes too, man. I'm cap. I like
That's
all
what
them
I'm saying.
dudes.
Like if
I'm
we can
cap. I
add
like all them dudes, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
if we can add a top class to that group, it'll be better off than us, picking from the middle of the draft, from the middle of the round.
Yeah,
And so
but
I don't want to.
unless we draft a defensive player, and I don't want him.
No. That first pick need to be. I'm not mad at it. Again,
Like unless it's a
I'm not mad
quarterback,
at it.
because like you said, you always tell me, like you alluded to it with CD Lamb. If CD played for another team, I remember one time I told you like this was a while ago. I was like, hey man, we should have got Mahomes, and you said even if we had Mahomes on our team, he wouldn't be what he is now because we wouldn't know how to use him. So I only want an offensive player. Give me Will Anderson if we can get him and let Dan Quinn cook with him. Like, don't put nothing else on offense because that's trash over there. That's like a dumpster fire until they find a new coach. Like, go spend money and go get the dude at USC, because that's the only other coach that I see out here that's pushing the pen like that.
Well, next year Sean Payton will be coaching our team.
I don't want him either, man. But that'd be that's a whole nother conversation.
Maybe at least he'll be calling plays and we won't be doing triple reverses.
Flea
That's
flicker.
got to be a positive.
Triple reverse flea flicker.
Flea flicker. That's
Yeah.
got to be a positive.
Yeah. And you hated on
So
Noah Brown a little bit though.
I said I ain't trying to hate on
But
him.
he low key got off last night. He literally was playing well.
I'm just saying that was my
But
thought
but
process going into the
to your
game.
point, last year he couldn't even get on the field.
But he should be like the fourth guy.
I know.
Even as well as he played last night, he should be like the fourth guy on if we like really good, if we're actually really good, he would be like the fourth guy that come in and can make some plays and be productive, but he wouldn't be second in line. What
Right.
what what team did we watch that we consider really good this past week that he would be the second receiver on that team?
Who Noah Brown? None.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
he should be a second receiver. Only reason I say you hated on him, because I think we should get another receiver too. But I think he played well last night, and I don't want to take that
I
away.
agree. I don't think he did bad. Again, I agree. But going into the
He
game,
could
when
have
I'm trying to
played
make
better
it
because I can think of two passes.
where he should have caught.
No, two pass. He did a comeback route and Dak on the sideline. Dak threw it over to the sideline, and then he ran a slant. Dak threw it behind him. So if you add those two catches, I think he had like 64 yards yesterday. He might have been pushing 80, 85. You know,
I ain't mad at it. I'm glad he
but
stepped
I
up and he
agree with
getting
you.
this opportunity.
But I do agree with you. Noah
Yeah,
Brown.
I ain't mad at it. I'm glad he getting this opportunity, and hopefully he make the best of it. But going into the game, trying to make sense of it, I'm like, Noah Brown is our second receiver. It's like, yo, this is not about to be good at all, and it was kind of what I expected. I sat there and watched. I wasn't mad. I was a little disappointed in some things, where it's like, okay, you can, I expected you to be able to make that play or do better in that area of the game, but I wasn't upset. It was, kind of much of the same. Um, but hey, man, this is where we are. We'll turn the leaf. Going into the next week, we got the Cincinnati Bengals. That was a crazy game. I don't know if you caught the Bengals and the
You
and
know
the
I
and the
caught that.
Steelers.
You know I
Boy,
caught
that
that.
was I feel for a Bengals fan. That's crazy. That is absolute crazy. The range of emotions I'm sure they went through is nuts. To think you just had a walk-off touchdown and about to walk out with the game winning, extra point. And for all that to happen, that was wild. But we got the Bengals next week. We'll be previewing that in the coming days. And we definitely gonna be getting into our what we want to call it, Trey, parlay Sunday,
Oh,
parlay of the day,
we'll call it play of the day.
play of the day, play of the
Parlay
day. We're
play
gonna
of the
give you a
day.
nice little what you think, a little 4-teamer,
Little faux pick. Little faux
little
pick.
4-piece, 4-piece nugget for you, man, and hopefully you break some bread with you.
Little sweet and sour sauce on the
Put some
side.
put some money in your pocket. You know what I mean, Trey? Trey is
Mm-hmm.
hey man, I ain't gonna brag on you too much, but I think you know what you're doing with the parlays.
Yeah, but I gotta stop with them over and unders, man. Them over and unders get me
Ugh.
always. I'd be like, last night I thought that was an over, boy. They went under.
My
But
pops did his thing this past weekend for showing them college games.
going forward, I want to call you and piggyback off of him when he plays. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, he did his thing. Pops went like 4 for 4 on them college games.
I bet he did. He gotta have a plug.
Yeah, I don't know the research or whatever. It was random teams. I'm like, dang, bro. Louisiana Tech.
Yeah,
Um,
he'd be like, give me East Dakota
yeah. For real,
against
East Dakota
Mammoth.
State.
Give me East Dakota
Yeah.
State
Like,
versus Mammoth
have
tonight.
you ever seen them play? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it, but hey, I might do the same thing to be like, piggyback off of that.
Yeah,
I'm
might
gonna put in the
well
same bet.
put $100 on it and see what happens.
I'm gonna see what he do this week first, one more time, and then I might backdoor.
But Ron, I know you're
But
wrapping up, man, and I typically don't do asking the questions on our show. But I asked this question last night on the Bleacher Report app, which
yeah,
uh, they've been coming at me, man. They don't like my opinion on Dak on there. But my question was, and we're gonna wrap up last night's game, close it out. But who was to blame? Who had the most blame in last night's loss? Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore, penalties, Dak, the receivers, defense, Jerry and Steven, or the 2002 draft?
Jerry and Steven, not even close.
I agree 1,000%.
Yeah, not even close.
I agree 1,000%.
We can we
Steve,
can we can dissect all the stuff that didn't go well on the field. You know what I'm saying? We can, and there's always gonna be plays to be made that weren't in X, Y, and Z, all that. But that product that was on that field, it's really not that surprising. You know what I'm saying? So like last year, I don't put that on Jerry and Steven in terms of the penalties because we had talent. You know what I'm saying? It was enough talent out there where like, okay, I am disappointed if y'all go out there and just score 3 points with the roster we had last year, specifically offensively. Y'all go out there and score 3 points. I am looking at the head coach. I am looking at the quarterback. I am looking at the old coordinator, all that. But that roster, that offense that we put out there yesterday, that's on Steven and Jerry.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
And I know Steven don't care that I think he's trash. You know, he's
sure.
a billionaire. You
He
know,
might.
why would
He might.
yeah, but
He
you
might
know,
hurt his feelings.
you got a lot of money, man, but you don't have no respect. You know, you're not Jerry, bro. Jerry walk around the city, people want to take pictures with him. No one want to take a picture with you. And you look 70 already. So, bro, just bring in Charlotte, bro, and let us rock that way. If Jerry gonna step down, bro, give me Charlotte, man, or man, maybe we need to start rooting for the Texans or something. Tough week, man. On the
Tough
next
week.
week, like we say, what Belichick say? On to Cincinnati.
Yeah, on the Cincinnati.
On to
Jamar
Cincinnati.
Chase probably gonna go for 180. We'll see.
Who you said,
But
Chase
yeah, I'm just joking. We
or
got a good
Mixon
defense, but
or
I
Mixon
mean, but he, huh?
or Mixon?
You probably right. More so mixing. More so mixing.
Yeah,
But Chase gonna do what Chase do. That dude there is one of them ones.
he killed Trayvon in college.
I know. I mean, he killed everybody in college and
Yeah,
in the NFL. But Trey, I think you was sizzling, man. Got it off your chest. And we're gonna go into next week and see what happens. And hopefully, we'll see if we bounce back. I hope, I got mixed emotions. But we'll see going into next week. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's from your Sports Addict family. And we'll be tuning in soon.
follow us on Instagram at SportsAttic at Dallas Sports Guy. Follow us on Instagram at SportsAttic. Help us grow the channel. We appreciate the support.
Absolutely.